Dragons game, the Dungeon Folks, where we at the young folks stop talking movies and music, start playing Dungeons and Dragons. I'm your host, Alex Suffolk. I don't know why I'm speaking so ironically right now, but that's just the mood of the night. We got the full.
It's your host. It's your host voice.
Yes, we got the full cast going, and this is the ninth session, the ninth continuation of our story set in the jungle. This fantasy, a little bit of steampunky. Utopia slash dystopia of lots of different things in the Dungeons and Dragons world, all sort of coalescing in a great power struggle under city. It's like Hell's Kitchen, but of the Forgotten Realms, but it's not the Forgotten Realms. I don't know. I'm just spiraling out. So, give it a bit of a recap. A lot of things happened last week. You guys have split the party, and so we had our split storylines.
We've been split up for like 3 weeks by now.
You've been split for a while.
We Pulp Fictioned it.
You Pulp Fictioned it. So we had Ori, our Dragonborn monk, going off into the bazaar, and he was accosted by the cult of Nakresh for interrupting a ritual earlier that morning. Luckily, Merritt and Karnov, with their new bard friend Ziggy Starchild, showed up right at the same time and helped fend off the attackers. And you took a captive of one of the cultists. And there was one cultist who was actually a were-tiger, who proved a battle-hardened combatant, and then Merritt sort of mind-tricked him into running away really confused, and we have no idea what's going to happen with that. But the other complication is that they saw that Ziggy, your new friend, has the Amulet of Royal Loyalty, which is sort of like the one last key towards finding the royal family of the city again.
Just don't tell everyone else we did that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, our favorite dwarf Flint is continuing to fight in the fighting pits. He fended off against a Duergar woman and had to contend with her magic abilities, but he still pulled through. And throughout it all, Alexandros, the wayward priest, was investigating the missing person of Thorin on a religious detective mission from Herib, the leader of the Holy Concordance of the city. And you found the house. You found Thorin. He wasn't missing, he was dead. And he was murdered by a man named Felix, who Thorin executed. But then Felix executed him back. And you were accosted by Felix yourself, who has come back as a powerful undead figure. And he, after being unable to subdue you through some sort of will and power of Kelemvor, he got fed up with it, and he booked it. He leapt out the window, recovered from the wounds he sustained from jumping such a great height, and he has run off into the distance. And in the back of your head, the voice of Kelemvor still rings with you, reminding you that this is one of Alexandros' 3 big missions that he was sent to the jungle in the first place for. And so with that, we will pick back up with you, Alexandros. You are still in this dusty, darkened, cobwebbed room. The window is now broken. The breeze is flowing in. And the sun is just beginning to set, and you can look out the sky, and it's entirely purple with dusk. What would you like? And you're beaten to hell, by the way.
Yes, I got my butt handed to me.
You're all sorts of sore.
Oh dear God. He's gone at this point. Like, the zombie is gone.
Oh yeah, he booked it. Zombie boy booked it.
Okay. I think the only thing I can do right now is I either have to heal or I'm gonna go check on Flint. So I think I'm gonna try and leave the haunted house.
Okay. Is there anything from the house you would like to take with you? There were the notes, the book, the little clay idol, the holy symbol, the hood.
I definitely want to. How many things can I take with me, or can I take as many as possible?
They're all small enough. You can take whatever you want.
Because I want to take the little clay idol.
Uh-huh.
I want to take the holy symbol.
Okay.
And I do want to take the book with the notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can fit all those in your pack. It's a little heavy, but the book's not like a tome. It's a guy's journal, so it's not too obtuse.
Yeah, I definitely want to take that with me. So yeah, I will take all the stuff with me and I will leave the haunted but just
Alright.
the house. Yeah.
Did you ever read the book itself, or did you only read the notes?
I think
I
I think I had tried to match the notes to see if it came from the book, but I didn't actually read the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Okay. Can I read the book?
Sure. You spend a few minutes flipping through it, and you can tell that it is the journal of Torin, the dead man who was in the tub that you had to fish a key out of. And that it's clearly enough that, yes, he is the Life Church's executioner. He is their hangman. There's several entries throughout the journal that detail the overseeing of people's last rites and being sent to gallows for hearsay and crimes against the church, as well as there's some pages that are just sort of, griping about this guy's average life, talking about how the royal family objects to many of these executions. Talks about haggling with the Holy Concordance and about like the legality and the bureaucracy get in the way of his job. When you get sort of like near the end of the journal, towards the torn pages, you read more about Felix, and it appears that after he was investigated for withholding funds, it's written by Thorin that they found in his possession paraphernalia associated with summoning demons, and therefore he must be executed. And that this command was issued by people named High Priest Uranus, Lieutenant Kosef, and Overseer Midrash. And then written on the first blank page next to all of these names are bloody letters that are so huge they take up the whole page, and they spell out fucking liars.
Woof.
Damn. Let's see. So who are the 3 people again on the list?
On the list, there was High Priest Uranus. You've heard of that name before.
I've heard that.
Lieutenant Kosef and Overseer Midrash.
Okay. Can I do a religion check to see if I know the High Priest, about the High Priest Uranus?
Sure. You can try.
Okay. 8.
8. Nothing really specific. I mean, you know that he is like the head of the Life Church in the jungle, which isn't just a single church to a single deity. Like every of these big churches in Religion Row, it's actually a church devoted to the domain of life. So it's in service of all life gods. Halor, Lathander, Yondala, like several others.
He owes what we call a life debt. Sorry.
That's okay. Oh, we're losing everybody.
Yeah, it's
just one of those internet nights.
It's gonna be one of those nights.
Yeah, whatever. We'll work with it.
I apologize in advance.
I'm back.
Okay. So yes, you read the names, and other than the fact that you know that that he rules over the Life Church, you don't know too much about High Priest Uranus himself.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go. I think I can maybe tell Herib at this point that the threat has. Let's give a heads up about the threat. So I think I'm actually gonna go back to the Holy Concordance.
Okay.
That'll be my next mission. Yeah.
All right. It takes you a couple minutes to walk from this sort of like condominium complex on the fringes of the district back towards the Crystal Cathedral. It's not shining quite as bright. Like when you arrived here earlier in the day, there was like that sun that shone through with all those like radiant rainbow prisms. But without the sun, it sort of just like twinkles underneath the starlight and the budding moon. But it's still beautiful, just not quite as shiny. And you walk in, there's less activity, but there's still that one old dwarf who's sort of crotchety and sitting up at the top of that podium. And it's like, oh, you're back.
It's great. It's great to see you again.
Sure.
May I please speak with Herib?
I trust it is of important matters.
It is. I have an update to bestow upon her.
Very well, very well. Do you remember the way?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Old dwarf legs, you must understand. Go right on ahead. Alright, so you walk down the hall that he took down last time. You walk into that meditation room. Once again, she's not. This time, she's not. She doesn't have the cloak above the domed ceiling. It's currently fastened around her neck, sort of flowing around her, but she's still in her sort of floating meditative pose. And her eyes just open as soon as you walk into the room. And so she's just sort of like floating over you in her like state. Eyes open and just looking down at you. What news do you have for me?
I have discovered the cause of the torment that is happening at the condo complex.
Did you find Thorin?
I did find Thorin, and he is no longer with us.
She nods her head.
Yes.
This is a pity and distress.
Yes.
What caused this?
His killer is also dead as well, but not really dead.
So, undead.
Undead. It was caused by Felix, a man who was being tortured and also feels ill will toward Thorin.
What an odd combination of names we have around here.
Yes. The man has taken off. Felix has taken off after we have gotten into a fight, but I worry that there might be more death coming to a few other people in Religion Row.
This is most troubling. The one who was good Sister Bree is receiving death threats now. I hope for her safety. And you do remember good Sister Bree was mentioned in one of the notes as one of the woman who oversees the last rites and usually fights for criminals' cases in the church and trials, but she was paid off not to.
Could I show Herib the book with the 3 names on? Just raise it up to show?
She floats down and lands and walks over, and she starts reading through it. And she sort of grimaces at some of them, and she's just like, "This is regrettable business, but the executions are often necessary." She's looking through, and she reads the blood. Clearly, this man Felix is deranged and seeking vengeance. Something brought him back. Very well. That is your next mission. Find him and destroy him. But you have done well. Where is the body of Thorin?
He is currently sitting at the base of his bathtub back at the complex.
Macabre indeed.
Yes. It was a very dirty sight.
We will send someone to pick him up, clean him, and perform last rites. I'm sure Uranus will be most upset at this. But you have done well. You have earned your place as my envoy and my personal spy.
That is great to hear. Thank you, Herib.
You are very welcome. So these are your 2 tasks. Find Thorin, and find any information on those others who are powerful in the city. Many gears are moving now. It's best to stay ahead of them. And she just turns and walks away from you, goes back into her meditative stance, and floats back up. You are dismissed. Get some rest.
Thank you. I turn around and I start walking back to the entrance.
As you open up the door, you feel a resistance, and you hear as you open the door and you push over the old dwarf man who's clearly trying to listen in. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I was using the bathroom." He tries to scuttle on by.
Yeah. I follow behind the dwarf, just as like casually watching him and just seeing how uncomfortable he is, and just ask, "Have you heard anything interesting?"
Well, Meister has had a third grandchild. It's very interesting to me. Maybe it's a dwarf thing.
Apparently, it is. And then just keep walking. Yeah, and then can I then just leave the Holy Concordance and then go check on Flint at the club?
Yeah, this is perfect. We can condense storylines. You walk in to the Hall of War. Once again, it's this like long sort of Viking hall-esque decor. There's weapons, there's spears and axes sort of posted along the boards, and all these little alcoves with various idols, different war domain gods. As a cleric yourself who studied other deities, you recognize the symbols of Grumsh, and Cord, and Tyr, Talos, and some of these other sort of more brutal types. And you just hear like this chanting around like the pit as people are saying, "Foot, foot, 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 foot," and like the other half are just like, "Well, he won't beat the champion. He won't beat the champion. No one's gonna beat the champion." And they're all like, it's all this like sort of cacophony. As you see your favorite dwarf sort of hauled out from this pit. He's looking kind of banged up, but people are like hoisting him up. And Flint, you are being hoisted up in the air by half of this crowd that is cheering for you. And you see Alexandros walking through the door, and you see Gorak sitting upon his throne, smiling.
Hey, would you look at that? I'm the knee dug.
Oh my god. Okay.
They set you down, Flint. Someone give you a beer.
Okay. I'll take either. I'll take hoisting or beer. That'll be fine.
I'll walk up to the group where Flint is, and I just stare up at him and see it, and just walk to him, stare at him, and say, "So I take it you're having a good day."
Oh, it's a wonderful day. Oh, it's such a good day to be me. Thanks for that blessing earlier. It turns out I didn't even need it.
Yeah, good to know, because I needed this spell. But no, you keep pointing. How many people have you beat so far?
Help me out here. 5?
3.
3.
So he needs like 2 more.
He needs 2 more.
2 more.
Okay.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the future clearly.
Yeah, you had the number 5 right. It's 5 fights. You're just not there yet.
Yeah. I just
So,
forgot.
Gorak-
I forgot. I didn't do that good.
Yeah. Gorak steps down from his throne and comes back down and around the steps, down towards the the hall. And he comes up to you, Flint, and he says, "You have done well, young dwarf. Unfortunately, it is policy not to overexert yourself. But with that being said, you're becoming quite a fan favorite. We look forward to seeing you again tomorrow."
Yeah, tomorrow will do well enough for me. Since I got a good amount of momentum, I could keep fighting today.
I believe some of the older priests have their bedtime soon. And they're all like, screw you, Gorak.
It's only
really
2
old.
in the morning.
Now. Be fair to the elderly. You'll join them soon enough.
In age or bed?
He just sort of does this and just rubs his eyes.
And I shake my head.
I suppose it's what you're into, but I meant age.
Just making sure I wasn't ruling out all possibilities.
Well, it's good to keep an open mind. You'll need it on the battlefield tomorrow.
Sounds excellent.
You will face our old champion, as well as our new one.
I appreciate the opportunity to destroy both of them.
Take care. They are quite formidable opponents. The old champion was champion for years. He's fierce. A human from a faraway land. I've seen him take down many a combatant. But he was defeated just 2 days ago by a fierce woman. I've never seen anything like her. She just defeated him and has become the new champion. If you want the title, you must defeat her as well.
You're only incentivizing me to eat more in preparation.
What is the name of this new champion?
She calls herself Domination.
How original.
He shrugs. Tieflings. They never have real names.
No, they're never ones for subtlety, are they?
Not usually. So
I
good luck.
resemble that remark.
You're not here. You're not here. And he says, you'll need, but seriously, take heed of all your abilities, all your wits. You will need them. These are way more powerful combatants than the last 3 you faced. But I have faith in you. And I'd like you to roll just a straight charisma check.
Ah, yes. Okay. Do. Blues Clues. 15. Natural 15. Do I have any extra stats for charisma? Probably not.
Just your modifier.
My modifier of charisma is 0.
Okay, so just 15.
Just a straight 15.
Good to know. Alright. He sort of pats you on the shoulder. And he says, good luck, champion. Sleep well.
I appreciate the well wishes.
And he sort of just nods to you, Alexandros. And he starts to walk over amongst some of the older looking priests. Like that one orc with the one eye.
I don't like that one. It looks at me funny.
I feel like he looks at everyone funny.
Exactly my point.
So, Flint, do you want to head back now?
Yeah, I could go for a rest.
Okay.
Alright. So, y'all leave Religion Row, get back on the subway station, and head up back down to the giant dungeon. Meanwhile, over in the bazaar, Merritt, Karnov, and Ori, you've just dispatched of many cultists, some of whom still lie dead on the ground. One of whom is tied and bound by rope, hung over Ori's shoulder. And Ori, walking up, you now see your 2 companions and this new beautiful man you've never seen before. But he's wearing the amulet that you saw them take to Old Greenie for some reason. And he approaches you, the beautiful man, and he says, I'm so glad you're not hurt. I grow pale at the thought of innocent lives being lost in this city. When they could be enjoying my music.
That's very kind of him, I think. I think?
Question mark?
So yeah, it turns
That's my genuine response to that too. Just
turn to Carnalvan
Merritt.
and Merritt and say, "Who is this guy?"
He says, I have a name. I'm standing right here. My name is Ziggy Starchild. Heaven sent and earth loved. Who might you be, my friend?
this is reaching like Gilderoy Lockhart levels of. Oh man!
Has he like changed the character he's supposed to be? Like
No,
that?
that's what it's starting to sound like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Kenneth Branagh levels of overperformance here. He's a musician, and we've entered into an agreement with him.
Yes, an agreement. Sure, that's
to
what you call it.
perform at the gala. And I'm trying to suggest that this is the plan for us. Don't screw it up.
Right. Or you do remember in Alvin's tent that these guys decided, hey, let's go talk to a musician. So
We also have a change of idea of what we're going to be doing at that gala.
Shh. Tell her that later.
So I just nod towards him instead of answering him.
Mhm.
Monks don't really think much about the splendor of what is often in front of their face. Ziggy, we can let Ori continue on now.
Fair enough. Oh, you're acquainted then?
You can say that, yes.
Yes, we've done business together before.
Aye.
Oh, that it was more than just luck that we had saved him. It was fate.
Yeah.
That's
Bit of
a
both.
word you could use for it, I suppose.
What a splendid ending for the day.
Aye.
Well then, I do believe that I shall be retiring soon. I must rest this poor voice. I've quite exerted it. Performing such magics. But if you come back to the butcher's tomorrow, we can begin our routine, as well as pick up your new outfits.
Absolutely.
When you come to the warehouse, the password is Giant's Bane.
Giant Spain it is, Ziggy.
Giant.
Tell it to any god, they will give you entrance. Untouched, unharmed. And if they do not, they will answer to me.
I don't think we'll have a problem.
So, I don't know where you're resting, but I'm headed home. I suppose you can head back as well.
We have lodgings. We will be fine. Thank you.
Indeed.
And I suppose you can handle your own transportation.
Indeed.
Yes,
Okay,
very
yes.
much.
Don't lean on me, man, if you can't afford the ticket.
You walked right into that one. Sorry.
Ta-ta. Look forward to continuing our friendship. And he sort of like looks at
As
his
do
amulet
I.
and admires the gleam of it. And his eyes sort of gloss over for a second. And he's just nods his head. And he sort of just waves and heads out. Heads towards the train station. He's sort of strumming his lute, softly tuning it, sort of experimenting it as he goes off. So, is there anything else you would like to do? Ori, you're currently holding a knocked out woman.
I feel like we should have words with our knocked out woman here.
Yes, and
We
I
still
have a
need to
change
up
to
and
the
answer questions.
and I have a change of plans I want to discuss with the two of you.
Well, we should do that out of the public eye, I think.
Indeed, yes. Let's go back to the tavern.
Yeah,
the tavern.
The dragon.
I'm sure the tavern isn't going to ask any questions when we drag an unconscious body in there.
Yeah, it seems like that kind of place.
I was kind of joking, but you're right.
Well, maybe you could have a blanket to cover her first, so it's not that obvious. I mean,
Yeah,
Actually, that's a smart idea. Does somebody have a blanket? I have an explorer pack. I think I do.
I mean, she was wearing a hood, so you could just like pop it back over.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, it still look like a body, though.
I mean, also,
You-
or you're wearing. Oh yeah, you two now Nordis, Merritt and Karnov. Now that the dust is sort of settled, that Ori is wearing a new outfit. It's much more golden and ornate looking, and so Ori, you have your old monk's robes that you could throw her in.
okay.
Yeah, let's do
put it
that.
over her.
What?
Yeah, so put it over her.
Okay. So
Don't
now
I
she
have-
kind of.
Don't I have minor illusion as a cantrip? Can I like change the look of her to be like a sack of potatoes or something?
I also have minor illusion.
Minor illusion. I mean, okay. Like minor illusion is usually only like 5 feet in size. So
She could be 5 feet in size.
I have invisibility, worst case scenario, but I think we'll be fine.
I mean, she's about 5'5". I mean, I guess if you both did minor illusion and like kind of hustled with it, maybe no one would care.
I'm sure we could lie our way through it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, because if we hustle our way through it, it's going to look less like a sack of potatoes and more like an extremely suspicious sack of potatoes.
Agreed.
Yeah, this is true. But I mean, with the robe over her,
we should be fine.
yeah,
It's also a dingy place, so
She kind of looks like you're holding like a carpet rolled up on your shoulder.
perfect.
So it's not the worst.
Let's leave.
All right, so you walk through the bazaar towards the train station. Most of the shops are sort of winding down now. There's still a couple. A lot of the like little coffee shops, like the hookah lounges, are still buzzing with some activity. Some give you strange looks, but no one really pays any real attention to you. The only place that has a real line is a place that smells delicious, and you just hear a woman shouting, "Potatoes! Potatoes! You get your potatoes at Patty's Potato Parlor." And you keep walking, and then you get on the subway, the transit system, these sort of underground, arcane-driven mining carts. And you ride all the way down to the tunnels district. You get out, and you're welcomed back to the site of buildings sort of falling over, and all these roads with potholes and deep chasms just sort of throughout them. There's a wandering vagrant who's chewing his nails, and he looks at you with really wide eyes, and then he runs away. And you make your way back to the Dragon's Dungeon, this big wooden building where you stay every night. And as the three of you are walking in, you see just in front of you, Alexanderson Flint, also heading back after a long day.
It has been an adventure.
Yeah, sure. What you said.
Oh, this day felt like an eternity.
It's been a rough day.
I must say, I'm pooped.
But let's get to the business at hand. He's carrying you-know-who from the you-know-what. Let's bring her back to you-know-where.
I have no idea what, who, why, where you are talking about.
The person from the thing this morning.
Okay, your vagueness is not helping. Let's just start.
How do you not remember this
upstairs.
as the thing from this morning?
Excuse me, I just beat
how much blood
an
and force trauma
orc
he must
and
take
a
every day?
giant lady.
No, I
and
wasn't there.
Just
Why are
look
we
at him
fighting?
and guess.
We should go inside before we make any more of a scene.
Sure.
Me and the
just
stupid sneaky
reunited.
human
Why are
always.
we fighting?
The second that we start bumping into each other, there's always something to argue about with you.
Yes, that is me. That is me, indeed.
The
That's my character,
argumentative sneaky boy. Yes.
yes. Oh, when we're done with this, I have an equally sneaky idea.
Okay, let's enough vague. Let's go to a private area, please.
Yes,
All
let's
right.
head
Rock
back
and
to our
roll.
rooms.
So you walk back into the tavern, and there's a good amount of people here. There's that same half orc with the hat, the pointy wizard's hat, and he's reading a book. There's lots of groups of humans just sort of drinking, laughing, smoking, and then you see there's some person sitting at the bar. He looks kind of frail and younger with a shaved head, and he's sort of drinking a cup. And you notice the bartender looks at the four of you, and then motions to the guy sitting, and then nods towards you guys. And this young man turns around, and he looks at the five of you, and he's points at you guys and asks the bartender something. The bartender nods, and the guy sort of excitedly runs up to you, five. And he looks like he's about maybe 19, a really young kid, shaved head, sort of pale skin, pretty frail of build. And he just says, he's speaking really sort of quick of breath, and he's like, were you the five that disrupted the cult this morning?
That sounds like something we would do. Did we do that?
Who's asking?
Do you recognize me?
Oh, are you?
Yes, it was me that they were going to kill for Nakresh.
Oh, you're welcome.
My name is Yes, thank you. My name is Turgid Coldbarrow, and I'm in your debt. And he's like, and he looks at you, Ori, and he's like, I couldn't remember much. They gave me lots of drugs, and all I remember was black scales, and I was asking for who with black scales could have saved me, and the bartender told me that it was probably, I guess, you guys, and that I'd wait here for you, and so I whoever you are, my life is in your debt. And he kneels towards you, and he's like, and I'm in your service. To you, Ori.
Well done for you.
Well, I say you have much to learn, but I could use an apprentice. Follow along.
Immediately. Wow.
I'd love nothing more.
That
Thank you.
Solid.
All right.
And he sort of gets up and he's like, what do you have there?
This is above your pay grade. We will.
Jeez, I was not ready for capitalist monk there, but that was
That's an interesting stance to have. What a heel turn character moment.
Immediately hires someone and then immediately shows them their place in the workplace.
My God, that's like the Bryan Cranston bit where he's like, "Yes, I'm going to hire you just so I can fire you. Okay, you're hired, now you're fired. Let's go."
That was good. Well, he sort of just nods and he's like, okay. Well,
Are you gonna send him to fetch us drinks or something?
whatever you need now. I'm your guy.
Well, we need a bucket of water. For one.
Of course. And what are your names?
Well, since we'll be working together, my name is Ori.
Thank you, Ori. Thank you again. I owe you my life. Okay.
Well, Thrall, my name is Karnov, and that is all you're getting out of me.
That's fine. I respect that.
My name is Willem Goldhand.
Since when?
We'll take that.
Well met.
Shut up!
I love Flynn's complete inconsistency to this.
He looks at the two of you really oddly, and he's like, and okay.
And my name's Flint, the very salty battle dwarf.
That's well met, Flint, the battle dwarf.
Alexandrus.
Alexandrus, good. My name is Turk. Oh, you already know my name. Water. Okay. And he sort of shuffles off and he runs over to the bartender and starts talking to him. And then the guy sort of walks into the back.
What's her name again?
A bucket. The who?
Her name?
Which guy? Or which person?
The one that we rescued. The one that's talking to us right now.
Oh, he's a guy. His name is Turgid.
Turgid?
Yeah.
Turgid.
Okay. All right. Hold on. My friend, if I could give you a word of advice, perhaps pick a nickname for yourself so that you're not a target.
I never even noticed. Well, okay. How about just?
I'm just saying. People might find that that's easy to manipulate.
And he's holding the bucket of water, and he's like, "Where do you want me to put this? By the way, call me.
I'll take that off your hands, and then I just drink all of it.
The whole bucket.
I whispered to Karnov. He seems like a bit of a...
Hey, thanks for the follow, Butter. Good on you, mate.
Hey!
Anyway, I whispered to Karnov. He seems like a bit of a pushover, huh?
Well, that will be the monk's problem. Pushovers are useful.
He seems like exactly the kind of person to be willed in to do stuff for a cult. So watch him.
I'm no fool.
Why do you think I didn't give him my real name?
Because you don't give anyone anything.
I'd like the two of you to make stealth checks right now. see how much you're whispering this in front of literally right in front of this guy.
6.
19.
So you can tell how little I care about Merritt's need for secrecy.
All right.
19. 19. Hi.
Hold on. Let me check something.
What
You
Why? What happens when one person fails a check and the other one doesn't?
It just means you're whispering and I'm just not caring.
Well, he rolled a natural
No.
20.
He's like me, where he just
I was just
naturally
seeing if he had a
enunciates it
-1.
super loud and doesn't realize that he's not being quiet.
So
Oh, right, by the way, I forgot. It's a 19 plus, what's my stealth bonus?
Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
Oh, it was natural 19? Okay, so, yeah.
Oh, it's plus 7. Yeah, so
Okay.
19 plus 7.
So you know how to whisper, man.
Well, I am a thief.
But Karnov, not as much. And he's just like, you say Karnov? What did you just say to Merritt?
She said, pushovers are useful.
Right. Alright, and that's all he hears. He kind of just stays quiet. So, never mind. He's like,
How about we take this body into the room, Karnov?
Sure! Might as well say it as loud as I want!
Yeah, Alexandros and Flint, you've now noticed that Ori's been carrying this strange carpet-shaped thing on his back.
Thank you for bringing us a throw rug for the room. My God. It's just it's so cold when I put my feet on the floor in the morning, you know.
Oh, I was gonna say, is Flint also an interior decorator?
I have my sense
part
of
of your
feng
backstory?
shui, thank you very much.
The rug really ties the room together.
Alright, so all of you go into your room. Turget sort of follows you, like a lost puppy.
So what do we want to do with him while we do this?
The monk can handle it.
Could you put like a
we could
spell on him or
play
something?
darts on him.
What?
You could put like a
Send him
spell on
to
him?
go do a thing.
Stop cutting Ori off.
Yes, stop cutting up. What'd you say, Leah?
Like put a spell on him or something.
Put a spell on him, okay?
Have him go look for the world's rarest truffle.
No, that's just cruel.
Yeah, just send him to go get drinks or something.
Blue flower, red thorns. Blue flower, red thorns.
But we'll ask you to go. We're rather hungry, so go find us some of the nicest food around this place.
Okay, I'll be right back. And he sort of hustles off back downstairs.
The nicest food from...
So you enter your room. It's 6 beds, sort of adequately blanketed, but it's still a rather simple accommodations. You hear loud banging upstairs because there's always loud banging upstairs at these types of places. And yeah, you still have this body. You begin to feel it sort of shifting around on your back now, Ori.
Find a chair.
There are a couple chairs. There are 6 chairs. What?
Tried. We could just throw her on put her on the ground. You know?
Okay, you plop her on the ground, and at that point you're what? Where am I? What? Why is it so dark? And she's like, just like squirming. She's like, what? She said, oh. It was
So
you.
to pull off the thing is already off of her.
Yeah, so you
The cloth
pull
is off of her.
the cloth over her, and you see her there.
Yeah.
You're now sort of face to face with her. You've always seen her like under the hood. She is a human woman, sort of fair skin. She's got black hair in a really tight ponytail, sort of like peels back her scalp a little bit, and she's got angry green eyes. She's just like staring daggers back at you, and she's just like, "You should have just killed me. What do you want?" And she looks around, and now she sees that she is surrounded by more than just Ori.
I will lean down in her face and use intimidation.
Okay, what would you like to do?
I want to just very bluntly ask, we want you to explain Nakresh.
All right.
Oh,
Sure.
the Panther King.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But, like,
is he actually a big cat, or does he just identify as a cat?
That
Are
would
you-
be a 14
Okay.
for intimidation.
Okay.
Flint, roll with calling it a panther. You're gonna make her angry. That's exactly what we want.
Okay.
I love that he's just doing all this stuff to make Merritt unsettled.
She
Ooh,
looks back
put
up
a
at you.
feather in my cap.
She looks up at you, Karnov, and she just gives this like really sick smile. She just like, who's not Crash? He will be the death of you all. He will
Oh,
take
so
this
you
city
know-
back. That's who Nakresh is, the rightful king of this city.
That doesn't sound accurate at all, does it?
That doesn't sound that's a fair response. The dwarf speaks truth. How can your god be royalty?
He's not a god. He's
So you
much
worship a
more.
man.
He's more than a man.
A lion, a lion man. Yes, we get it.
Tiger, you heathen! Tiger!
I'll keep getting the animal wrong until you tell us more.
And
Okay.
he'll whip out your tongue.
Your big cat king. What is his operating systems, as it were?
What?
That was a Mac joke, guys.
Yeah. Oh, god damn it.
The pun.
You get anti-inspiration for that.
No! I never got to use mine!
Just whenever I decide, you just fail a roll, just cuz. No.
Fine, I'll persevere.
Put your inspiration in the pun jar.
Damn it!
No, she just, she says, he ruled this city. He ruled it for centuries. For cowards took it away from him. And they threw it into chaos. But he'll be back. He'll restore things to the way they should be.
So he's not currently alive?
Oh, he's back. He was killed, but he's returned to us. We've seen it.
So it's a zombie cat.
How does the Nakresh plan to accomplish this?
I don't have to tell you anything.
How did Crash get back from the dead?
He's everywhere.
I'm gonna roll another intimidation check. How's an 18 to threaten?
Well, I mean, so the way it works, though, like, you say what you want to
Okay.
say, and then I'll tell you if a intimidation check is required.
Okay.
Fine.
So say what you want.
Here's one. Be more specific with us, or you go back in the rug.
I don't have to tell you anything. I'll gladly die for Nakresh.
I feel like you misunderstand your situation.
I understand perfectly.
Can I hit her with
I'm
like
gonna-
a wisp of wind?
Sure.
Do it, smack her. Smack
Yes,
her.
smack her with the wind.
So it sort of gets in her eye and sort of like peels up her eyelid a little bit. She's just like, do what you want. I'm willing to suffer for my god, for my king.
I'm in the back, kind of shuffling through a playing card deck, and I finally pipe up. So, what's your deal? How did you get involved with these people?
You've seen this city. It's in
More or
shambles.
Nah, it's nice shambles.
Back when Nakresh ruled, this city was the jewel of the world. People lived in fear, but people were safe. They weren't slaughtered left and right. He was a true king, and now he's back to reclaim the throne. That is why we fight for him. And you heathens will learn, or you will get in line.
What's in it for you if Nakresh takes over the city?
We'll be appointed his right hands. We'll have a place by his side as he rules our city.
And how do you know he won't sacrifice you?
We're glad to be sacrificed.
How many of you are there?
I'm sure you'd like to know.
Yes, I
That
do.
is why he asked the question.
Perhaps a litter's worth.
That's a second pun.
She just like looks at you, Merritt, and she just says, hundreds and more every day.
Well, great. We pissed off a cult.
I
Well
don't
done,
believe
everyone.
I don't believe you. I bet there's only a dozen of you somewhere in a.
Roll an
Cool.
insight check.
Mm-hmm. 17 plus 2, so 19.
She's staring at you with wide eyes, and she's saying it as if she's proud of this.
That means nothing to it being true.
Well, yeah, but she sounds like she's convinced, at least, that what she's saying is the truth.
Exactly, that's what I'm getting at. What she's saying. If I had my thoughts on what you are, I've dealt with people like you, and there is probably only about a dozen, maybe 2 dozen tops of you guys. The rest of the city doesn't particularly like you. They want you gone. They think you're ridiculous. And then here you are, you're in a crappy tavern with a bunch of assholes who have you tied to a chair. So how will your power from the crash get you out of this?
He doesn't need to. I'm willing to be a martyr.
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. That is some logic.
That's kind of, that's what you would call, faith, as it were?
He's doing many things in this city, far beyond you.
Oh, is he? Like what?
I'm not gonna tell you anything.
Monk, you mentioned wind.
Why should I tell?
Mention what?
Anything to you pathetic pieces of scum heretics infesting our city.
And yet, look who has the upper hand in this situation. Alexandros, you're the cleric. You're a cleric. Don't you deal with this?
I'm trying to see what spells I have that could work on this.
No. Just do your religion thing.
Oh. Would that help?
Religion check?
What religion?
No. Just do your religion thing with her. You know religions. You know how.
How do you think religions work?
Do you want? Do you?
It's
do you
not-
want
it's-
Alexandra
Tell me about my being.
It's not like religions are Pokemon.
No. Throw your knowledge roll at me. Tell me what I need to know.
You know how religions work. God, this character's an asshole. What am I gonna have him say? I wrote it down. Yes, I pre-prepared what the asshole monologue he's going to say.
She's
Oh,
just,
dear.
she's
Like,
just.
do you?
You hear her giggling throughout your arguing. You have no cohesion.
Neither do you.
That's part of our charm.
You can laugh at us, but you're the one tied to the chair.
We've accepted our fate. As soon as we signed up.
Anyway, I'm done. Alexandros, Ori, you deal with this. And I go back to my playing cards.
Ooh,
So I just get
Alex.
so upset with this. So
Alex, I have a
begin
spell
speaking
called
against
Zone
her.
of Truth.
You have a spell called Zone of Truth. Yes, you do.
What does it do?
You let me look it up. I believe there's a wisdom saving throw, and then whoever fails it has to speak the truth when they're answering the question.
I am a spy!
But I believe they can resist answering. But okay, you create a magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range. Until the spell ends, a creature that enters the spell's aura for the first time on a turn or starts a turn there must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails on the saving throw. An affected creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. Such a creature can be evasive in its answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of the truth.
Okay. So I'm throwing it to the group. I have one spell left that can still work for level 2. If not, we're just gonna go to sleep. Because I will save that spell for something else.
It's at this point you hear a knock on the door and someone walks in and is like, "Hey, I got you guys to food," and then Turget drops everything and he's like, "Oh shit, Sheila."
Sheila?
Sheila?
And the woman
She's
looks
named
at him.
Sheila.
The woman looks at him with just a fire in her eyes and she's like, "Turget, release me. Now Crush can still save you." And he's just like frozen.
Last I checked, Nakresh wanted to eat him.
Do you know this person?
Are you who are you asking?
To Target.
Oh god!
He's like,
It's Tarjay.
it's Turjay. It's a you.
In fairness, Flint is very salty.
Turget just nods his head. He says, "No, Sheila, I'm not going to do that. I'm not part of the cult anymore."
Aha, so it is a cult.
Well, we knew.
No
that,
kidding!
And she just looks at him and says, "Oh, you worm. There's a special
Can we,
spot
stop
in
her
the 9
from
hells for
talking?
you." And so Turget looks at all of you and he's just like, What? You
Leave
got
the
her.
room!
Well, what do you...
Well, hold on. Maybe he can provide
He
some
might be
information
able
for
to
us
help
here.
her.
Yeah,
I don't
whatever
think
you
he
need.
wants to be in the room with her, though.
Well, we
She-
need him
can she-
to. How do we make him comfortable?
You guys stopped her, right?
Yeah, we did.
More or
He's
less.
like,
She's tied up.
okay, and he closes the door. Sorry about the food. I'll get more later. And he
Yeah.
steps over these drop bowls of soup and bread rolls all across the ground. And he walks over to you guys. And Sheila is just like staring at him furiously.
So I could ask him like to tell us about what his time was like in the cult,
Well,
what they had him do and everything.
Should I like cover her ears while we're talking to him or something?
that is up to you.
I'll
Put
do
the
it
coat
with.
back on her.
I'll do it with the bread rolls, and then we'll put the thing back on her. Like ear muffer with the bread rolls. Put the cover back on her. She won't know a thing.
So Merritt has his hands on bread over this woman's ears.
Wait, what am I doing?
No, sorry, Flint.
No, let me do it.
His bread
wants to do it.
Merritt, each of you has one bread roll plugging in one ear.
Sure, I'll be useful.
Guys, I know
Okay.
this is like a joke, but like the Hell's Kitchen meme idiot sandwich just came into my head. You guys need to
What told you?
No, that's your title for the episode, by the way.
An idiot sandwich.
Oh,
All
Friggin'
right,
fabulous.
God.
all right. So you have this woman breaded up with her ears,
Read it up.
and the target sits next to you, Ori. I mean, what do you want to know?
What did they do to you while you were in the cult? What did they have you do?
We we met at various places. They rotated where we'd have our meetings, and they'd read us teachings about Nakresh when he ruled the city, and there was numerous prayers for his return, and there was worshiping, and there was lots of promises about what the city would be like when he came back and how it would change. They gave us some training, weapons to protect ourselves. They said that the day would come when we'd need to rise up to take the city back. So, I'm not the greatest fighter, but I know how to use a scimitar, as most of them do. Some of them learned magic, and then, there was talks of some joining the greater circle, but I was too young. I was too new to the cult to know more about it.
It does sound like there are more than 12 of them.
Do you say that?
Yes. Kind of in Merritt's direction.
There's a lot. Each meeting would be at least 20, 30 people. Most meetings I'd go to, there were different people. They're hidden. And before Nakresh came back, we're all doing this in hiding. Now, people are getting together more. I didn't even know any of the people personally until they came back.
What did you know about the inner circle, at the very least?
There was rumors that there were invincible men, women, who could adopt the form of tigers. In the great visage of great King Nakresh. And obviously Ori Merritt Karnov, that rings a bell.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I feel like we're going to just continue to run afoul of these people.
They're annoying.
I'm sorry, Sheila promised that we could get more followers with a great demonstration, and I really believed in Nakresh, and so I volunteered, but I didn't know what it would entail. I was drugged for numerous days. I can't remember much. It was hazy. I saw her. She would tell me to be comfortable with the knife, and that the knife was a gift from Nakresh, and I told her that I'd accept it, and I'd accept it in front of an audience. And that, well, you found me when I was ready for it, and you stopped it. I wasn't very high up in the cult. I was a new member, relatively. I've only been going to meetings for about a year now.
About a year? You mean they've been going on longer than just a couple weeks? This is a full-on thing?
That's like I told you. It sounds like there are more people.
The cult.
I hate being wrong.
The cult has been in operation since Nakresh was deposed. Its numbers have waxed and waned, grown some years, lost off on others.
Had you heard of them before you became part of it?
There's always rumors. People. A lot of the. You guys seem new to the city, but a lot of us common folk are really sort of fed up the way things are here. My mom, to make money, she had to work in the red light, and she was poisoned. She refused to sleep with snake men, and the royal guards didn't do a thing about it. They were paid off. My father, he worked in the docks. And one day there was a crossfire between the pack and the butchers. He wasn't even part of them. He was innocent, and they gunned him down because he was there in their way. And I was left with nobody. And there's lots of stories like this all over the city. We're sick of it. And people say that back when Nakresh was king, the crime didn't run things. And there's some people who just want that back. We're scared. And I see now that I don't think the cult is doing the right thing, but that message rings true with a lot of people.
With a story like that, no wonder he joined the cult, though.
I sympathize with him.
I mean, you can't.
As do
not-
I, more than you'd expect that
Yeah.
I would.
You're really, really bad at subtlety.
We can sympathize with all the people in this city if we want, but if it
I'm
comes
done
down,
with subtlety.
if it comes down to allowing a demon tiger king to overthrow all of these people, who's to say that things won't stay just as bad?
He's not going to dethrone anybody. It's these cultists that are, let's just say, extremely. What's the word?
It's a false revolution.
Exuberant?
No, it's a specific religious word I'm thinking of that that escapes me. Like,
Pious?
no. Do you know it, Kitty?
Butthurt?
Yes, that
Tyrannical?
hurt.
I forgot the word. Darn it. Let's go back to character.
I'm
They're
just
a little,
saying, in the ancient dwarven texts, there was always a tale about a farmer who was butthurt over being wronged.
Is that the actual phrasing of those words?
Absolutely.
I hate that word.
Once upon a time, there was a farmer butthurt.
Sorry.
Farmer.
That's something Flint would say, in fairness.
And we can't take these religious followers lightly.
No, we can't.
They can be extremists, and we
They're
have an entire row dedicated to religion here in the forest. They'll do whatever they can to win.
yeah. They're,
I remember the word now. Zealous fanatics. They are
It's two
zealous
words.
fanatics.
you could say that, yeah.
That was 2 words.
And they've been emboldened lately. They tell us
Because of the death of the king.
you know who did it, right?
Do you know who did it?
Yeah, did you not?
The person
is it
who
not
killed the
obvious?
king?
Barrett?
It was Nakresh. Who else could it be?
Somebody who's alive.
Nakresh is alive.
Oh, god damn it.
He's
Did you
back.
see Crush?
I didn't see him myself, but there's
So this is nothing but a rumor that you actually believe.
people in the cult couldn't use magic before, but now they can because of their devotion to Nakresh. That must be true. That must be the source of he's returned. What else could it be?
I don't know,
They
but
say
we're
that-
gonna find out. We should
Yeah.
turn off their magic. Is that something we can do? Is that
There could
something
be-
that we can rightfully do?
I don't
Turn
know.
off our... Who do you think we are?
Returning back from the dead is a very powerful magic, and you'd have to pray to the very powerful god.
That depends on whether or not it's literally Nakresh who has returned through being undead or something.
For all
And
we
not
know,
somebody-
it's a still pretty dang powerful wizard guy that
Some
is
kind- yeah.
claiming to be Nakresh reincarnate.
Some extremely powerful... It's either this guy is undead or something. Either way, some extremely powerful necromancer and or wizard has been doing some crap.
I like how you guys are arguing while like holding this woman between bread. Still,
We're multitaskers.
That's right.
I'm just
We can
saying the scene. If you're fan artists already, this is a great scene.
We are very good at multitasking
Yes.
and we're very good at arguing.
This is a very serious scene right now.
Yes,
We have arguments like we're
Yes.
David Mamet
It's
characters.
completely
Yes.
downplayed by
This is a
earmuffing
meaty
the
scene
cultist.
between the sandwich out.
Yeah, we have arguments like we're David Mamet characters while we're holding these bread rolls to her ear.
Yeah.
Glengarry Glen Sandwich.
Wow.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Do we look like heroes?
Your heroes. too.
Maybe just for a day.
God damn it.
That's
We're
three
not.
thoughts.
We're
He's not here. He's not here.
He's not here yet. Let's
You don't even know who that is.
Yeah. Wow.
It was
Hmm,
meta.
well,
Yeah, but
we're not necessarily good or
It's
evil.
truthful. We can decide to be heroes if we want to on a day-to-day basis. That's our
Right.
luxury.
Turget speaks up and he says, "You guys are. I don't know what you're talking about. You're heroes to me. You saved my
That's-
life.
That's nice. See the people who in this room who are, good people.
So here's how we boil this down. Look at this little boy Target, okay? He sees us
It's
because
I'll never get it right.
he sees us as heroes because there's something that we did that's right for him.
We
We did something that was. We did something that. Yeah.
I
Okay.
tried to stop it.
But that's because you're you. But I'm just saying.
Technically speaking, the Wind Waker over there saved.
Hey.
Yeah, this can be her problem. I have no interest in preserving the monarchy.
No, we gave that thing to the you guys don't know we did that.
No,
God,
we don't
damn
we
it.
don't give a damn about a monarch. I'm like holy
Oh,
crap.
thank God.
I don't give a damn about a monarchy. I care about what is actually going on in this city, and are tons of people going to die needlessly? Isn't that kind of concerning?
Yes.
I can just get another boat somewhere else.
How about the rest?
It leaves a power vacuum.
There's already a power vacuum, and the
I know,
cultists
isn't
are
it great?
taking our spot.
Yes.
We could,
All I
have,
care
we could have our own cult of
Wait.
just not giving
No.
a shit.
No cults.
He has
I just-
a point.
I just don't want the pack to take a part of the city. They don't seem like the most savory characters, even to me, who is not a very savory character to begin with.
The dwarf is right. We could take advantage of the current power vacuum.
And that leads me to my suggestion for what to do during this heist. We haven't necessarily made any promises to Alvin now, have we?
We committed.
We
said
committed
Yeah.
to doing a heist
So,
with him.
he
We
doesn't
committed
know
to
what-
getting those plans. He expects
Yes,
us to get those plans.
Those plans he has never seen before. I don't want to. Well, let's just say we ran into some butchers to put it
Did you
mildly.
see that weapon that
We
he
are
had?
not selling the guns to the butchers.
No. I don't want to double cross the butchers by doing a heist where they can find out that we did something. I think what we should do with Alvin is make up some plans, give it to him, and those are the plans.
Okay,
And-
do you know how to build a boomstick? Because I
No,
don't think
all
you
we need
do,
to- all we
and
need
he
to do is
does.
All we just need to do is just find somebody who can make us some fake blueprints. That's it. That's all.
That sounds like way too much work.
Yeah, and
Like-
I don't want to die from I saw
I'm
a
awesome.
butcher like destroy a man's face. I don't want that to be my face. Y'all want that to be your faces too? Good. So what do you want to do?
Turget leans
Regardless
into
of-
you, Ori, and he's. Are they always like this?
Yes.
Yes.
You will learn, boy.
Look, I don't care. I don't care about your face or not. I jumped through a window today and
And I defeated a 12-foot dwarf woman.
And do you want to keep doing those fights? Do you want to keep doing your investigations, Alexandris? Then how about we necessarily not double cross all these people to get these plans?
But that seemed like such a fun party to go to.
Oh, we can still go to the party. We can still go to the party. We just need to make up some plans.
and then piss off the people who are gonna buy the fake gun.
They
So,
don't
like,
know. They don't know it's us.
Okay.
All the only person knows
Obviously,
it's us is-
little like
What problem
Tinker Elf is gonna come back at us.
What
Like,
problem do we even have with the butchers? Because are you now counting a third party in this vacuum of power that
you
we
guys
don't
you guys
want
haven't
any
told
involvement
each
with?
other what you guys have done today, so
All right. How about,
I don't see any interest in changing the plan, Rogue.
Nah, neither
We
do I.
probably need a team
No.
meeting
You're
before
absolutely
we
sure about
do this.
I think it could be beneficial if
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
if we have the butchers on our good side, then we can take down the pack easily.
yes, that's why I want to do this, because if the butchers find out the only reason we wanted to fall in with them was to get plans that they're not involved with, they're going to find us and they're going to kill us. If they don't, then we're still on their good side, and they can help us destroy the pack, who I don't like for my own reasons.
Which one to double cross? Which one?
Do you want to double cross whoever you met today, Ori?
I will let you guys decide. I'm just gonna stay here with my apprentice.
And he's
No,
like,
you can't step out of this. This is a group of 5.
Yeah,
No.
he perks up at being called your apprentice. He seems really happy with that. Sorry.
I'm just putting this ahead. Again, I don't want to seem like I'm double-crossing people who are literally called the Butchers for some twerpy dwarf guy with some goggles.
Bigger question. How are all of these parties going to know we're doing anything? Are you that lacking in skill?
I'm not lacking in skill. I'm lacking in faith. You remember what happened on the train at all?
Well,
how that all fell apart?
That's because we had no time to plan that at all.
Okay, we need to plan this. So
Fine, we got 4 more days.
There is a plan.
A vague one.
Okay, just from status check, out of the 5 of us, who already has tickets to get to this party?
I have 2
Like,
more people to kill
technically,
first.
Yeah, so I've got mine, Merritt's got his, Karnav, you got yours, and Ori, do you have yours?
No, but I can ask for it and might get it.
Or you will. Charkath will bring you as long as he doesn't change his mind. But
I'm the only one. I think I'm the only one of the group.
It's a maybe.
I think I'm the only one of the group who hasn't outright asked about it yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are about 3.5 out of 5. Well, 4, yeah, 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah. And you got 3 more days. After you go to sleep tonight, you'll have 3 more days.
Okay. We're in a better spot than we started.
I love this.
I still don't see why we need to change the plan.
We don't.
All we need to do is make sure that when we do this, no one finds out we did it. No one finds out the reason we're at this party is to steal the plans, and we need to get these plans out immediately, and we all need to remain there if we need to.
And you do understand that we could just then work with Alvin to give the Butchers these weapons.
I don't necessarily want the Butchers to have the guns. You've met the Butchers. They're fine. They're fine to us because we're on their good side. But what's to stop them from, I don't know, from taking over the city? Do you want it to live in a city where people literally called the Butchers rule?
Do you want to live in a city of cultists?
And I don't want to live in a city where the pack rules everything. The only thing that the Butchers have on us is that they know my real name, but other than that,
you're in the jungle, nobody cares.
They're also, big, and they beat a man to death in front of us and didn't care.
You're in the jungle. Everybody does that.
Yeah, I watched him eat a mer person like
that was one time.
Before we even got there. Alright, so we need to plan this out, to a T. We need to just spend the next 3 days, or the next, however long, figuring out a fail-safe, or fail-ish safe plan to do this.
You mean a plan A and a plan B?
A plan A, a plan B, and a plan every letter through Z.
Contingency.
A lot of it.
All right. I can agree with that.
Keep in mind, Flint is being ponderous while also holding bread.
Yeah, and Merritt is giving this whole speech while holding bread.
Also, we need to dispose of this woman. She cannot leave here alive.
Wait, don't
she
think
needs to
killing us
leave?
yet.
As soon as we're done with the information that we're done with, we need to, well, yeah.
I feel like she'll be a good resource for a while.
She doesn't seem to want to have anything to do with us.
her so she doesn't escape.
Rope.
Well, she already has the amulet on her, some holy symbol on her, so she can't get off the roofs.
It better be something, because I don't have any garlic knots to work with.
Anyway, I'm done monologuing. You guys figure it out.
Thank God.
Burn.
I don't like this character anymore.
Your character or Flint?
My character.
It's
I could
fine.
have rolled.
It's
I
fine.
could have
An
rolled
evil.
a paladin.
You can change your mind if you want.
Nah, I'm good.
All right. All right. So, Turgid just looks around and is like, is there anything else I can do, or where do you want me to sleep? Do you want me to help with her, or I don't know what you guys want.
Tell us more about this day of uprising. You mentioned something like that.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, ever since the cultists were able to use magic, it came about right when the king died. That's why they told us it was the coming of Nakresh. And that, you know, he'd get his vengeance on the royal line, and he'd take the city back. You know, that we'd have to help him do it. I mean, he could do it on his own. He took this city from the Yuan Ti hundreds of years ago, almost single-handedly, so he's capable, but, you know, we were promised paradise by his side if we helped.
And you're sure that these are events that actually happened?
Of course, this is the history of Valamon. I mean, you know, I didn't live that long, only the elves that long. The only people who really know anything about what happened back then were the elves in the elf commune, but no one's talked to them for decades, centuries. They live a secluded life. But if you are gonna fight the cults, you gotta... Yeah, they call them the Nine Talons. Those are the invincible tiger men.
There's they each have a set of talents. They don't each have one talent.
I think
No.
it's just a title.
Okay.
It's because Nakresh is a tiger, so like each one of his finger, it's an honorific, but they all have many claws and they're sharp. But if they really
Fair
are,
enough.
if they really are invincible, I don't know. I don't know how to help you with.
Who's to say they don't only appear invincible?
I mean, from what they tell us, ordinary weapons can't pierce their hide. I don't know anything else.
If you haven't caught on yet, we're not exactly ordinary.
Well,
You broke up.
If you haven't noticed yet, we're not exactly.
ordinary people.
People, everybody, people.
Yeah, well, I believe in you guys. You'll find something.
Now listen, Thrall, you have already been quite useful. We've learned quite from you already.
I kind of prefer apprentice, but okay.
So do you have any sort of magic?
If he does not want to compliment my deal with it again.
I don't have magic. No, I wasn't. I was. They said I was too young. I was too fresh in the cult.
Where do you guys congregate?
We moved. We moved around. There was a place close to here in a rundown building in the tunnels. There was a bottom of a bar down in the Undercity. There was a place in Pleasant Hill. There was a couple buildings in Pleasant Hills, actually. A couple cult members, I guess, lived there in some of the houses, and they'd hold meetings there.
Of course they would.
And then some places in the North Docks. You know, that's where they'd try to convince people who come down fresh off the boats. I mean, those are the only places I've been to. They told me there were, but they didn't want to be pinned down to one. And then, you know, there's rumors that the headquarters is in ruin back in the wilds beyond the wall, but I was never there.
That's a lot of possible places.
I'm sorry. I mean, they change places too every couple of months. For all we know, they could be using different hideouts at the point.
We might need to draw them out.
Yeah, keep our ear to the ground.
I think we should put him back in as a spy.
Oh?
Do you really want to do that to him?
Like,
Give him some kind of covering or protection.
Would they be suspicious of him after today?
I
Yeah, we're gonna try and kill him.
I don't want him to do something he's not comfortable with. That's not my MO.
He didn't sign up for this part.
I mean, I'm willing to do whatever you want, but I wouldn't like to go back.
Yeah, let's not do
He's
that.
more
We
useful
can
to
go back.
us as is.
He's more useful to us, less traumatized.
Well, again, we're not normal people, so that traumatizing is still probably going to happen.
What about
Yeah,
what about idiot Sandwich here?
I said we should get rid of her, but apparently you want to keep her alive.
Is there a way we can make idiot Sandwich here useful?
Other than dead?
Does she have anything on her that from the cult?
Do you want to? Yeah, do you want to search her?
She's still
Yeah, sure.
she's still blind,
All
deaf,
right.
and dumb. So check her.
Um,
Check her. I don't know.
You don't have to roll anything because
Clothes.
she's standing right
Pockets.
there. She has a dagger. She has a it's not quite a holy symbol, but she has sort of like a strange jewel, like a little amulet. And she has a sack of coins. And she has like a scroll.
Can we open the scroll?
Yeah, you can open the scroll, and the
Might
scroll.
be a spell. Be careful.
What languages do you know?
Like me or all of us?
Oh, you, since you're reading this.
Okay, I know. Jesus. I know Common, Halfling, Deep Speech, and Abyssal.
Then you don't know, but it's close. You don't know this text, but it's in the same font that Abyssal would be written in.
Can I read it then?
What languages do you know?
Draconic, Estial. Any of those?
It is none of those. Nope.
Whatever.
Okay, who
Else.
knows?
I'll try. I know Common, Undercommon, and Thieves' Cant.
Nope, none of those.
Whatever
Who
else.
knows?
I'll
Everyone's just
try.
passing it around.
I know
Two
Common,
more.
Undercommon.
Can't
and
read it. Can't read it.
I don't know it.
What languages do you know?
Infernal and Common?
It is infernal.
It is?
It is infernal.
Okay.
Ooh.
Needle
I
in a
guess hand
haystack.
it here. I don't really have like a scroll I can open.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to roll anything, or can I just read it?
You can just read it. It's written plain as day in infernal. And
What does it say?
it
I will read it out loud for everyone.
All right. It reads. Oh, I really should have typed this whole thing out. It reads, "Hark, for I have returned. I give you the gifts of fire and claws. I give you the gifts of immortality. My wrath shall fall upon them. My many faces shall blend within the shadows, and this city shall be mine again. It shall be rightful again. Have faith, believers. Have faith in your Tiger King." And it's signed Nakresh. And then that's like the top part of it, and then like the bottom parts are sort of like pieces of like scripture, and they sort of describe historical events of a storm of tigers crawling up ziggurats and throwing down snake lords from their thrones. And there's an account about daily sacrifices to the king. There's also a bit about the growing resentment from the wolves and the bears in the jungle. And then at the bottom it reads, "And no matter how much blood is spilt, how many beasts may roam, there can be only one king of the jungle."
So it was a literal jungle once. I feel like we have reason to believe that at least these people believe wholeheartedly, and that makes them dangerous.
It could be that this whole city is cursed.
Well, we knew that when we came here.
No, I mean, like, maybe literally.
Well, oh, you mean this is as opposed to being a dingy shithole? Yeah, I guess.
Not all of it's dingy. We've seen that much.
A majority of it is dingy, and at least a sixth of it is a shithole.
The dwarf is right. There might be more going on here. I can't speak to whether or not a god actually wrote this. But what I do know is that these people believe it to be true. And that is probably going to cause us issues.
What could have written it in Infernal?
Well, I could have.
Well,
yeah.
you know, Karnov, as a tiefling, that Infernal is the language of devils.
Right, but, I mean... Did
Well,
an actual tiger god that once ruled this place wrote it? I can't be sure.
It could be just an evil wizard who knows Infernal.
That is true.
It could be a lesser demon just trying to manipulate people. The point is, we have probably gotten in over our heads.
Yes.
It was bound to happen at some point.
Yeah. I'm hesitant that Kalimvor would let such a powerful and important spirit like the Tiger King out from the underground, the undead.
Then what do you think happened?
Either somebody forced him out, or this is all a ruse.
What say you, Monk? You are to the point.
I'm not sure about any of it at all.
Should we just continue as planned for now?
We
Obtaining
continue.
better
Yeah,
weapons.
I think we should continue with the plan.
I think we found something that's a little... something we need to be a little stronger to deal with.
Certainly, and I think that keeping these weapons off the streets and maybe in our exclusive hands along with maybe just Alvin might be for the best.
Yes, these, what did he call them? He called them some ridiculous thing.
Bangers or something?
Thunder...
Thundercrackers?
Thunderclap.
It was three letters. It was really stupid. Gobs? I forget what they are. But it's not important. Yeah, so... And also, this cult seems, they seem at this point kind of,
Sketchy?
Sketchy and kind of harmless, apart from the whole,
Killing people thing?
Killing people thing. I mean, they're not gonna, take over the city. It seems like they have less in the power vacuum than everybody else. They're probably gonna be the least likely at this point to do something, unless they've already infiltrated one of the other groups.
It could be
Which
anyone.
could be a factor.
I feel like they'll show up at the party though.
They probably will. They'll probably, come in the middle of the party while we're trying to do stuff, and they'll inevitably ruin whatever plan we have.
I'd rather we expect them than be caught off guard by them. So
let's factor that into one of our contingency plans.
Yes.
Very, very well.
We could use it as a distraction and, do it.
Cool. Could someone actually take the dagger from her? Just
Yeah, we should do that.
Just take it from her.
yeah, take everything. We're gonna kill her anyway, right?
Somebody take
Yeah,
the
we're gonna
dagger.
kill her,
I will
yeah.
take the holy symbol from. Could make sure she has nothing on her right now.
So, let me get this clear. So, are we gonna kill her tonight or not?
I'm not gonna sleep with a cultist in my room.
Is there any way to wipe her memory? Like a spell or anything to wipe her memory?
Let me see what I got.
Hey, if we could use her as a spy and wipe her memory, or just kind of clear her head with some
I don't
fucking
trust
logic.
her. That's the problem. No matter what we throw at her, I don't trust her. As far as I can throw her.
I mean, well, we can't just kill someone in the tavern.
It happens all the time
Just
here.
throw her out the window. It's fine.
She might survive that.
Kill her,
I'll
and,
leave you
kill her
to
and then
figure this
throw her
out.
out the window. Also, aren't there just chasms that are like shooting sparkles everywhere outside? We'll just like put
There
it
are
down.
chasms that drop down into the Undercity.
Yeah, but she also
Who's gonna find her down there?
She also survived being thrown across the sea by our monk friend here. Twice.
Yes.
Water is much softer than the Undercity.
And I think we should stab her.
Fine. And then we'll throw her down to the Undercity.
Wow, a very
Ori.
blunt suggestion from our monk, huh?
Ori is savage.
We're starting to rub off.
Ooh.
We're starting to, rub off on you. Alex opens up his book.
Continue. Don't mind me, guys.
What
He's
is he
just
looking for?
Do what you want to do.
He's just
Go
waiting to throw
ahead.
the bomb.
Oh, I see. He's not going to be complicit in our plans. Got it.
No, if you want to stab her, I have to pull up how much health she has, so I know how many stabbings it.
There you
All
go.
Go for it.
so
All right.
bad.
Hey, you know what? It's yeah.
All right. What would you like to do?
All right. Who wants to do it?
I'm not killing her.
Nope. Mm.
Not me.
The monk is the one that recommended it.
Yes, but I don't want to go through with it. I recommended you guys do it.
You got any spells handy, Karnov? You got any sharp objects, Flint?
I could use shocking grasp, I guess.
Whichever way we can do this dirty deed dirt cheap, I'm game with.
Do you have
I'm
an axe that we can
very
just?
angry.
Do you
with
have
that
an
with you for that.
Flint? Do you have an axe?
I have 3 axes.
How about we do the ching and the throwing and the lady and then
Say
the
no
chasm.
more. Say no more. I ready my great axe. Swing it under her chin and toss by way of kind of carrying the weight of her upper body with the edge of the axe and hurl her body towards the window.
I was thinking about decapitating her, but okay.
All right. Roll an attack with advantage.
That was descriptive.
That was more than I was expecting.
What's my advantage?
That means roll twice, take the higher number.
Oh, so 2d20s, okay.
Yeah. What you
10
goddamn.
and 12.
I can't believe I described that using a Jerry Lewis reference. Wow.
Did I?
Plus. So 12 plus, what's your attack bonus? Or is that total?
The one was a 10, one was a 12. My attack bonus is with the great axe 6. So
So it's
18,
18.
Yeah.
That hits. So roll damage.
which is the d12 on that weapon.
Uh-huh.
5 plus 4, so 9.
Okay. Okay, so Flint drops his bread, pulls out his great axe, and just golf swings this woman.
Yeah.
And since he's a little short, it doesn't go for the neck. It goes kind of towards the boobage, and
You could have just said the upper body.
well, that
Torso.
area, torso. Well, just that specific part of the torso, upper torso. Fine, chest.
There you go.
Better word. And you just cleave her and lift her off, and she goes flying out, crashing out through the window, tumbling. And you guys are on the 3rd floor, so that will be.
Oh. So,
Hold on, do I need to calculate the damage for her falling 3 stories?
Yep.
What did we get ourselves into?
Madness at this
all
point.
going-
Wait, what season is it in the jungle?
What?
What's the
season?
what season?
Like temperature-wise?
Yeah.
Why?
I was just I was worried about the window after the fact.
It's spring.
Okay, thank God. Good.
Did we break the window?
We'll have a natural
Oh,
draft.
the window is indeed broken. There's glass everywhere.
yeah.
Oh man, we had to pay for that.
So
As Alexandros, I turn around.
as it
Not
tumbles
pay that.
down,
Not pay for that.
you just hear like a wah, and then sort of like a crash of broken wood, and then
Do you
Did
need me?
we,
Do you need me to roll something?
no, I'm rolling something for her. Okay.
Okay.
So
So if you look down out the window,
why?
do you look at
Impulse. Yes.
Yeah, we need to make sure.
I
You
do. Look.
see-
I look out the window.
You
We
see,
all look out the window.
you see her slumped over the chair. The chair is now broken. There's now this bleeding gash down her chest, and you just see her go. And she just slowly forces herself up onto two legs.
Are
but
you
one of the-
fucking kidding me?
She could not have survived that.
Get
Okay, guys,
down there.
Guys, this is Dungeons and Dragons rules, where I have to roll dice and go by hit points and go by the rules. Because if you could just say, "Oh, we throw them out the window and they'll die," I can have the enemies do that to you, and it's completely fair game.
It's true. Roll the dice.
Yeah.
I
That's
had
true.
this. I had this happen where I had a rogue be like, slit their throat in their sleep. Okay, make an attack roll. Can I just kill them? I'm like, well, you could, but then next time they're gonna do the same thing to you, and you'll die instantly. And she's like, no, I'm good with the dice. I'm good with the dice. I'm like, all right. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I'll keep that in mind next time I'm hurled out a window, which I'm
She
sure
has
will
some-
come sooner than later.
She has some hit points left, but she's looking real banged up. And she just laughs and starts to hobble as quickly as she can.
She's very slowly
stick
getting
my,
away.
Question. Can I do an action surge and drop down with my axe like Link from Zelda 2?
Jesus
Yes,
Christ. Yeah, sure. You know what? You can't. You will take the falling damage, but you can do it.
Well, I'm gonna do a long rest anyway. I'm gonna do
I
a
have
long
a
rest.
crossbow and flaming
Alright, no,
like
no, by all means,
Yeah!
by all means, let Flint jump out the window with an axe like a crazy man.
Unless somebody else wants to do it.
I will not spare the dying for you if you die.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
happening.
Does she only have so many hit points left that a crossbow would do it?
I don't
Roll,
think he's gonna tell us that.
roll a very quick perception check. Actually, it's
16.
16. Hold on a second. Oh.
I was just gonna like do a firebolt, but apparently we're doing Die Hard now.
She's looking pretty rough.
Okay.
But, I mean, you've seen this woman tank quite a bit, so you don't know.
How about we just shoot some bolts and fire and crap at her?
Well, I've
No,
already
let me have
cleaved.
this
I've already cleaved halfway through her torso. I may as well finish it.
You have some strange logic.
Well, if her whole upper body is separated from the rest of her, she's done.
It's not separated. It's just like
I'm saying
scar.
I will. Oh, it's just a scar.
Yeah, you just like.
So it's not like
Wait.
she's like.
No, she's not like.
We're not like evil. We're not like Evil Dead. Like
No.
okay.
One of us needs to go down there and dispose of the body anyway. So, which one of us? Either you go down there, do your little axy thing.
She's hobbling away. She's getting further away as you're arguing.
Stop!
Someone shoot her with a crossbow.
Yeah.
Fine.
Cut.
Somebody do the. Do the crossbow. Do the crossbow.
I'll do it,
Alright.
for the love of God. Alright, so roll up the d20.
Roll at disadvantage because she's out of your optimal range.
God damn it. Alright, so I rolled a 17, and I rolled a 13.
So good.
Okay, 13 just hits.
Alright, so what do I roll for my crossbow?
It's
Close.
a D6.
Nice.
D6.
Sounds good.
5.
5. Okay. You shoot her right in like the buttock, and she's just like, oh! And now she's just like crawling, and she starts screaming out into the streets. Help! Someone help me!
Wait, attention.
Someone help me!
For God's sake.
Can I sacred flame this? Like,
Yeah, do a spell.
Yeah, like either just mute him or just finish him off, please. Something.
okay. I have like one spell left, like inflict wound. Is that enough?
She is just now out of range of Sacred Flame.
Okay.
She is 70 feet.
What
She's
about
70 feet away at this point.
What about inflict wounds? Like the
Inflict
spell?
wounds. Inflict wounds. You have to grab.
Firebolt?
So I
Firebolt would work.
Karnov?
Yeah, I've got Firebolt.
I just realized I've made a grave mistake.
you think? This episode really is titled "Idiot Sandwich."
How far away is she now, approximately, Alex?
She's 75, 80 feet away now.
Okay, Firebolt's
Wow.
in my range.
Okay.
So range spell attack D20.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, go for it.
13.
13 just hits.
Cool. And then it's 1d10 for
Yeah.
fire.
Yep.
That was 6.
Okay. What's your line?
Oh.
Oh, for the love of all that is just... and I just start muttering. I'm just sick of this. I don't have a cool line. I'm just...
Leave it to the tiefling to make like a just like a totally like. I'm sorry.
It's like right between. It's like right in between Dr. Cox and Boomhauser.
All
right.
This up so bad.
So you point your finger out the window, and a little bolt there hits her right in the back of the head. Her ponytail emulates, and catches on fire. And she stumbles over and just screams.
Just die already.
Crash! Falls out into the night as she falls over in the middle of the street, dead.
Okay, now what?
Next time on the dungeon. No, okay.
next time, Flint gets subtlety lessons.
Yeah, actually, subtlety lessons probably would help.
All right.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else you'd like to do tonight?
I suggest we put a note on her to say,
Ooh, do it. Dramatic flair.
yes, to say that.
Leave them a calling
from
card.
depression.
Leave them a calling card.
I have 14 Constitution plus 2. How many drinks do I need to have to get completely plastered? I have the gold to pay for them.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
I'm sure he
solid.
does.
7 good ones.
I'm gonna go downstairs and have 7 good ones.
That's an oddly specific number.
If I know what gets me drunk, it gets me drunk.
Well, unfortunately, they don't have good ones here, so it'll take like 11.
No, don't tell him that bit. Let him find out the.
Okay. So you walk down to the bar, find the bartender there with his slick back hair and his mutton chops and his mustache, and just long day, buddy.
Give me all the alcohol you have.
I'll give you as much as I can.
I don't think you heard me clearly. I think you heard me say I want a lot of alcohol. I want all of the alcohol you have.
Okay, that'll be 100 gold, sir.
Well, how about just whatever 7 will pay me for?
That's a lot. That'll do.
That'll do.
And he reaches down and he pulls up 5 bottles of whiskey.
That'll do.
And then like a barrel of ale.
Nice.
That'll do.
And he nods to you, goes back to wiping stuff.
So,
I
for the
give,
rest
I
of
give
us,
7 gold pieces and just drink for the rest of the night
Great.
until I fall asleep.
for the
Great.
rest of us,
the
what's
rest
our
of you.
story for the giant hole we just put in a bit?
And we wanted a draft for sleeping.
Do we just say that the cultists attacked us?
Yeah.
Can
But she
we
came
convince
back
them
and
all?
she tried to
Why would it
Yeah.
take any convincing to tell people, oh yeah, a cultist attacked us? Oh yeah, sure,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
And let's give the bag of money we stole from her to like pay for the hole in the wall.
Smart. I like it.
Mm.
I don't want to pay for my own pocket. I'm not the idiot who put a hole in the wall.
No, hey, I did not object to that. That's a great idea.
Like, we
You
already
did the
killed her,
whole-
might as well robbed her.
Yeah.
Just come up even.
We still need to do something about the body in the streets.
No, we don't.
True.
Oh well,
True.
no. We'll leave a calling card for the Nakresh people.
That's good enough. I like it.
Yeah.
The
What if we
city
put
will
something
take care
like
of it.
the note on her to say that, just like a paw print or something like that, or a claw print on a piece of paper to say that, oh, this is another set or another set of people who attacked her.
We're not gonna be subtle about it.
Well, I mean, maybe be a little subtle about it.
Okay, fine. Somebody else can handle the subtlety.
Turget Coldbear, by the way, is just in a cold sweat this whole time.
So here's what I will do. Do I still have the
Yes,
scroll? Is that
Yeah.
Oh
around?
yeah, put the scroll up over where the
Okay.
window is until they repair it.
Okay. No. I
Yes.
am going to take the scroll
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to, I don't know, take some of the blood that is all over the
Okay.
and I'm gonna flip over the scroll and Infernal just write, "This was a warning." And then I'm going to walk myself downstairs like a sane creature.
Alright, you walk
walk
down,
to the corpse.
you walk through the bar, and you see Merritt sitting at the bar with 7 bottles of whiskey.
And I say to myself, "That's about right."
I mean, like, I'm
I
not like,
am
I mean, like the big
arguing
bottles, like Costco-sized bottles.
That's about right.
I am arguing with an empty. I am now arguing with an empty chair, yelling things like, "No, I'm being coherent. I'm right." There's
I'm
no
glad
way
he's
to
not
say
involved in this part. I am going to the corpse, and I am going to leave their own scroll with a threatening message that is just vague and specific enough so that we should not return to our place and find another cultist we have to fling axes at.
Okay.
There's your note.
So you walk up to the dead body. She's now on the ground, bleeding from a cracked ankle, a little bit of bone sticking out of it. There's a cleave.
Nice.
A cleave in
This
her
is-
chest. And
This
her,
is significantly more messy than I like.
you smell.
I yell out to Merritt. I yell out to Karnov. Get my bolt out of her.
He's like 100 feet
That's
away.
him. Oh, I'm drunk and I don't know.
All right, Karnov, you hear a slurred voice. Hey, get my bolt!
I guess I pull the bolt out.
The bolt out.
And then I leave the note, and I just walk away.
And as you walk away, you just hear a faint voice. We will find you.
I turn around, and I just say very softly, "I hope so."
Ooh.
Long live Nakresh. And you hear no more. And I feel
Ugh,
like
finally!
So, I feel like with that, we can end this session of the Dungeon Folks.
Good old bottle room episode.
Hey, by the way, yeah, we just saved a lot of money on production costs, and I'm gonna give that bolt back to Alexandris just because I don't know who said it.
That's true. So you'll
Be like,
go
hey,
back,
here's a bolt.
so you'll all go back to your rooms and you will long rest, and we'll pick up upon the morning. Turget, where do you want Turget to sleep? There's a free bed.
The free bed, I guess. We're not monsters.
Okay. All right.
I was waiting for somebody to say the floor. He's like, "Oh, you can sleep. You can sleep on the floor, but there's a free bed. No, you sleep on the floor."
You're just like hazing this poor kid who's been through so much.
Nah, he can have the bed. He's been through some shit.
All right, so this is a good ending point. We will pick up. You will have long rested. It will be a brand new day, and you guys will split your storylines again. So, welcome.
Ooh.
It's okay. It's good to reconvene for a moment.
I presume. So, thanks for anybody who was watching. I hope this was entertaining. I loved it because I barely had to do anything.
Again,
I love it when you argue. It's just wonderful. Thanks, guys. Yeah, we'll see you guys next Monday as we continue our great story, and we'll see what comes after this.
And we'll be broadcasting Oscars stuff on Sunday. So
yes, we will.
Yeah, we're doing live tweets, and I'm gonna do a roasting in this kind of format on Facebook. So if anybody wants in on that.
Oh, I thought you were gonna stream it on this channel, like live Oscar reactions.
I thought that maybe Facebook would be a little more appropriate. So
yeah, okay.
For sure. Well, we'll catch you guys later then.
Cool.
See ya.